Right now, the Department of Corrections is offering a differential pay plan for corrections officers and corrections counselors that work in a 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week facility. So right now, our correctional uniform staff and our corrections counselors are getting an additional $6 an hour in addition to their base pay. The starting base pay for a corrections officer is $18.26, and so you add that 6, they're starting at $24.26. So they're starting out at about $50,000 a year for a job that doesn't require formal secondary education, a job that we're going to provide them training, paid training. It is a respectable career that somebody can come in and they can make a solid wage, a solid benefit package, and you can provide for a family.
Training was very interesting, especially for somebody that has no law enforcement experience.
It takes away the scariness of what you think prison is.
It's not as hard as most people would think.
The 6-week training program that's required by the state, 4 weeks of that will be in classroom, and then there's 2 weeks of it that's on-the-job training.
It's a lot of reading, a lot of studying, but it goes by quick, I guess. I feel like I really haven't been here for 5 weeks.
There's going to be the hard skills. This is the way that you apply restraints. This is the way that you do this, conduct a count. This is what you do in the event of a medical emergency, that sort of thing. But then there's going to be a lot of classes on sort of communication.
There's self-defense, firearms, chemicals, OC spray. That's all covered in the training program.
Quite a few officers job shadow or do OJT under me, and I try to teach them everything that I can. And for me, I put an emphasis on if you have any questions about anything, feel free to contact me, whether it's via email or if you're still with me OJTing.
I shadowed some good officers, got a lot of advice and good things to know going in.
It used to be that we would start classes like once every other month, and there'd be this long layover period as somebody's accepted the job before we actually put them into the classroom. We don't do that now. We try to get people in the classroom as quick as we can because we recognize that the reason that they're coming to us is because they're trying to earn, a livable wage.
I really loved it because I was in a big class. I was in a basic class with, I think, like 10 other people. So it was really fulfilling to have that training with other people. And the trainers themselves, they're relaxed, but they're stern when they need to be. So it makes you feel at ease, like you're not going to get on the job and have a big mess up.
When I started, there were 8 or 9 of us in a class, so you really got to bond and meet with people and make new friends, which was a big thing for me, not knowing anybody.
We're going to give you the skills, the equipment, the training to be able to do the job. We just want a good attitude. 18, high school graduate or GED recipient. We do a background check, criminal history. Obviously, as a law enforcement agency, we want people to be somebody that understands how to follow the statutes of the state of Kansas. That doesn't mean that if somebody has had minor transgressions somewhere in their past, that we won't consider them on a case-by-case basis, Obviously, we'd like there to be some time between that occurrence and present, but we will absolutely, depending on the criminal history, we will treat it as something that we may be able to get past. All of our new hires have to pass a physical. It's not strenuous. We're not going to put you out on a mud run and make you do a very intense obstacle course, but it's basic, body movements. You have to be able to walk, to climb stairs, so it's not strenuous. I will tell you that, like I said, I've been here for quite some time, and I have seen 23-year-old 5'2", 105-pound women run a cell house better than a 45-year-old 6'4", 250-pound guy. It's just about, the way you carry yourself, the way, if you treat people with respect, if you present yourself as a person of integrity, as a professional, you will garner respect, and you can go a long ways just by the way that you conduct yourself. We encourage anybody that sort of talks to us or we have an opportunity to talk to about coming to work for us that CO1 is what we see as a way to get your foot in the door. Maybe you don't want to be in security for your entire career, and that's fine because our maintenance department, our classifications department, myself, the deputy warden, we all started as corrections officers, and sometime during our career we decided to go a different path because there's so many different opportunities, both in and out of uniform.
So I did join the SORT team, and the trainings that they've been sending me to for that have been actually very neat. I never would have gotten those opportunities anywhere else, I don't believe.
I'd say we help with mass movements, we help when people are being unruly, because you are going to get those. But you also get a lot of training and a lot of individual techniques and stuff like that, extra training, which makes you ready for that part of the job, which is also nice.
Before that even, I went to chemical agents training to be an instructor here at the facility. With that, I sent me to rappel training, so I'm one of our rappel masters for our SORT team as well. And you'll never regret learning something new. When they were like, hey, you want to go to rappel training? I was like, yes.
We'll do extra range training, extra gas training. I'm on the hostage rescue team. You know, we'll do practice hostage rescue situations, just a variety of different things.
I encourage people to come out because it is a good career. It really can be. It's whatever you make it. You know, first of all, you're going to be surrounded by, we have a lot of our staff that are very positive, see the bigger picture and what we're trying to do here. Come out, we'll give you a tour. Talk to you, let you talk to staff members and see if it would be a good fit.
You learn something every day. The personalities are different every day, so it's the same concept, but every day could do something that you never thought you would do.